Xiaomi has been making smartphones for quite some time now. I still remember buying the very first Redmi Note device back in 2014. Since then, I have bought almost every Redmi Note device, which is just crazy. These phones have brought in a lot of views and subscribers to my channel because of the value that they offer. Redmi Note series has come a long way, and today we are going to have a look at the latest one, Redmi Note 10 Pro. The box contains all the normal stuff: a clear transparent case, some paperwork, the handset itself, a 33-watt fast charger, and a USB Type-C cable. This time around, Xiaomi has focused a lot on the design of Redmi Note 10 Pro. As compared to Redmi Note 9 series, this one is a major improvement from a design perspective. Design often gets overlooked in budget smartphones, but I'm glad that is not the case with this one. This phone is slim with a thickness of just 8.1mm. Its weight is evenly distributed and feels great in the hand. Redmi Note 10 Pro feels like a premium smartphone more than it ever has. It comes in 3 colors: black, bronze and blue. We have the blue variant over here, which is one of the better looking colors out there. The build quality of this smartphone is amazing. It does not feel cheap at all. The back panel is made from glass. Bronze and blue colors have this frosted matte finish, which looks classy and does not attract a lot of fingerprints. On the other hand, the black color has a glossy finish, which will attract a lot of fingerprints. I would recommend you to go with the matte finish. It is way better. As far as the frame goes, it is made from plastic. I would have loved to see a metal frame over here. The plastic frame has a glossy mirror finish, which will get scratched up quite easily. It is time to talk about the thing that has been most improved with this smartphone. Yes, I am talking about the display. Redmi Note 10 Pro has a 6.67 inches Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate. I have never seen a Super AMOLED 120Hz display at this price before. What a time to be alive. The panel quality is superb. Really good colors, deep blacks, great contrast ratio, and it gets bright as well. You are going to love watching your favorite videos and movies on this device. I am really impressed with the display and its accurate colors. It supports Widevine L1 as well and can play movies and TV shows in Full HD on Amazon Prime, Netflix, etc. The second major part of the display is that 120Hz refresh rate. 120Hz make every action on your smartphone super smooth, but there's always a but. It does drop frames sometimes because of the processor. Snapdragon 732G is barely able to handle the 120Hz refresh rate. So yes, I have noticed drop frames with the Redmi Note 10 Pro. But overall, the display on this phone is the best in its price segment, hands down. I love taking photos and shooting videos. It's no secret. So whenever I receive a new smartphone, I am most excited to try out its cameras. Redmi Note 10 Pro has a quad camera setup on the rear side, a 64 megapixel primary camera, an 8 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, a 5 megapixel super macro camera, and finally a 2 megapixel depth sensor. The main 64 megapixel camera is a very capable one, really good images. Dynamic range is impressive even in difficult conditions. The HDR mode does help and it is not too aggressive, just the right amount. Images have a good amount of detail in them, which helps while editing the photos in post. Here are some of the images that I have edited on this phone itself using Lightroom Mobile. Do you like them? Let me know about that in the comment section down below. What about the colors? Well, the colors are not too oversaturated and not too muted as well. The images look pleasing to the eye, which is the main thing after all. For low light scenarios, there is a dedicated night mode which works well. You can shoot some crisp and good looking low light images using the main 64 megapixel camera. There's just one small thing that sometimes a light source causes flares in low light shots. This happens with the iPhone's camera as well. Let us now talk about the ultra wide angle camera. It has a field of view of 118 degrees. The perspective is excellent, but images are a bit soft. They are not as high quality as the main camera. Dynamic range and color consistency is impressive though. I would say that the ultra wide angle lens is ideal for scenarios where you want to fit more in the frame or just want a different perspective altogether. For low lighting conditions, there's no dedicated night mode, which is kind of a letdown to be honest. If Xiaomi can enable it via software update, that would be awesome. Lastly, we have the super macro camera, which is hands down the best macro camera in this price segment. You can shoot some awesome and creative macro shots using the Redmi Note 10 Pro's super macro camera. A very good job by the Xiaomi team. As far as video shooting goes, this phone can shoot up to 4K at 30 fps, but it does not have EIS at 4K 30. It has EIS only at 1080p 30 fps. Would have loved to see EIS at 4K 30 and 1080p 60 as well. Apart from that, the video quality is pretty good and no complaints over there. On the front side of things, there is a 16 megapixel camera. The selfies from Redmi Note 10 Pro are amazing. Good quality, detailed images with accurate skin tones. There's also a night mode for selfies, which does help in low light scenarios. Alright, this is a very quick front camera video test with the Redmi Note 10 Pro. You guys let me know about the video quality as well as the audio quality coming out of this device. That is very important. Now the main 64 megapixel camera is the only differentiating factor between Redmi Note 10 Pro and Note 10 Pro Max. So how does it compare against the 108 megapixel camera on the Note 10 Pro Max? To be honest, I did not notice a big difference. The 64 megapixel on Redmi Note 10 Pro is capable enough to shoot high quality photos and videos. So I would say it's not a major difference. Under the hood, Redmi Note 10 Pro has a Snapdragon 732G processor with an Adreno 618 GPU, up to 8GB of LPDDR4X RAM and up to 128GB of UFS 2.2 storage. There is a dedicated microSD card slot as well for storage expansion. Snapdragon 732G is excellent for normal day-to-day tasks. Things like checking your email, watching Instagram Reels, or getting in on a Twitter fight, or watching your favorite content on YouTube. This processor can handle all these things with ease. You can also do some light gaming on this phone. I would not recommend it for long sessions of PUBG or COD Mobile. For that, Poco X3 Pro is way better. Like, way better. On the software side of things, there is MIUI 12 based on Android 11. MIUI 12 is MIUI 12 with a lot of bloatware. You can uninstall the bloatware though, which is a good thing. Now as far as ads go, I haven't seen any so far. But with that being said, the Get Apps application keeps sending notifications, which is very annoying. Xiaomi needs to fix that. Xiaomi says that MIUI 12.5 is coming soon for this device, which should clean up things quite a bit. So let's hope that it comes ASAP to the Redmi Note 10 series. This phone has a massive 50-20 mAh battery with 33 watt fast charging. In my testing period, the phone lasted easily throughout the day with some juice left towards the end of the day. I would end the day with about 20% battery left. That is impressive battery life. And this is with 120Hz always turned on. On the charging side of things, you're getting super fast charging at 33 watts. So if you forget to charge your phone overnight, a 30 minutes top up in the morning should get the job done. This is going to be kind of a rapid fire round. First up, we have speakers. Redmi Note 10 Pro has dual stereo speakers which sound just okay. I would have loved for them to be clearer and a tad bit louder as well. Number 2 is haptics. This phone has an amazing haptic motor, one of the best out there. Number 3 is IR Blaster. Xiaomi retained the IR Blaster in this phone, which comes in very handy. It is a highly underrated feature of Xiaomi phones. Number 4 is the fingerprint sensor. Redmi Note 10 Pro has a side-mounted fingerprint sensor on the power button, which is accurate and fast as well. Number 5 is the headphone jack. You do get the 3.5mm audio jack with this phone. I love me some wired audio. Do you? Let me know about that in the comments down below. Redmi Note 10 Pro offers insane value. You are getting your money's worth with that 120Hz Super AMOLED display, some of the best cameras out there, a slim and lightweight phone with an excellent design and pretty good performance as well. It is a very well balanced phone, I would say. If you want to buy it, I will make sure to drop a link to it in the description box below. So this was my full review of the Redmi Note 10 Pro. I did it in a very different way, and if you like this, then please let me know about that in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, it would mean the world to me. My name is Harsh Punjabi, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.